I am coming up with another set of results, and they are from Wipro. And Wipro was not a favorite company, for me at least. And however, today is the time to acknowledge our audience. And Mr. Sudeep, he commented on the topic which is called TCS results. I covered about a week ago, and Sudeep was highly confident on Wipro. He was negative on Infosys. He has his own views about that, and he believes that there is turnaround happening in Wipro. So I must congratulate Sudeep for his confidence on that. So coming back to the Wipro results now. So let us have a look at Wipro, how Wipro did, and we have to carefully look at the Wipro results right now, because Capco integration has taken place in Wipro in this quarter, and this was the full quarter where their earnings from Capco is also involved in there. So if you see sudden surge in Wipro earning, that is also a factor contributing to this growth. So let us have a look at this. Revenue coming out to be 2.41 billion, and these are the best numbers in long time from Wipro, 2.41 billion dollars. And I was hearing the commentary from Mr. Delaporte that he was telling us that if this momentum continues, Wipro will hit 10 billion mark in 2021-2022. That will be a milestone for them, because HCL has already done that. Wipro was left behind. So from 8 billion revenue annually, if they are able to reach 10 billion mark in one financial year, that is a huge 25% gain, and that reflects a huge win for both new management as well as their new strategy, where they are pushing for new acquisitions. So they are also trying to grow inorganically. So I'll talk about their acquisitions later on, but let us have a look at their key numbers right now. So if we look at the sequential growth quarter on quarter, that is 12.2%, and in constant currency terms it is 12%. However, one disappointing thing is that their operating margins are declining from 21.7% in Q3 of FY21 to 21% in FY21 Q4, and then in Q1 FY22 they have come down significantly. So they will have to address this point very immediately, and they don't, as per their commentary, they are finding it difficult if you have watched that. So in terms of their key growth markets is, they have, as you know, they have done a reorganization in the company. So now they have these four strategic market units, and then they have 2 global business units. So in these 4 markets, 27% growth coming from America, 30% growth coming from America 2, 30.2% coming from Europe, and 11% from APMEA. And if you look at the sector mix, you will see a sudden bump in the banking and financial sector because of the Capco integration. And consumer health, we all know why they are growing. Energy is doing pretty fine. So we will have to track these numbers carefully. 12.2%, 7%, 5%. If you remember the last quarter, last year Q1 was a very bad Q1 for Wipro, so they declined big time. If the growth is seen there, that is because of the low base rate effect. So please be mindful of that. So as I was saying, they have done this reorganization, and this global business lines, one is called Ideas and the other one is iCore. They are their 2 main offerings. They have divided their offerings into 2 segments, where in Ideas they are talking about integrated digital engineering and application services. So it involves application development and all that, and cloud infrastructure management and support services are going in the iCore segment. So what Wipro is even doing better is they are telling us that they are going to grow by 5 to 7% next quarter. So that means this quarter is not an aberration, the last quarter was not an aberration, it is going to continue expanding and growing in the coming quarter. However, they avoid giving a proper guidance. They are expecting that at least double digit growth they are targeting for the FY22. However, they are right now not clearly telling us this will be absolutely true. The kind of numbers we see, we can surely believe they will be able to reach about 12 or 13% mark easily. So now if you look at the numbers quarter on quarter and year on year, how their revenues have worked out. So in this quarter they have 2.4 billion of revenue. If you look at the full year, this FY21 full year, the year gone by, they did 8,000 crore business. As I was telling you, this was minus 1.4% compared to this number. Okay, so their yearly performance in FY21 was very bad. That too despite their last two quarters decent performance. Otherwise that was going to be disastrous. And as I was telling you, the operating margin pressure, if you look at 20% for full year, and if you look at, this was about Q4, in Q4 it was 21%, in Q3 it was 21.7%, it is coming down to 18.8%. They will have to address it carefully. And as per their commentary, what they are trying to do is put in a lot of automation, and with the help of automation they are trying to keep the cost in check, while they cannot control the external factors, which is high attrition rate reaching about 15% now. Okay, that is going beyond their control, so that is putting a lot of pressure on their cost side. However, they are trying to control that through automation. Now here is a catch. So companies are using automation to cut down on their operating, to bump up their operating margins. That also tells you about how the market is growing overall. If companies are replacing the low skilled jobs with the automation, and they are showing that in their books, that tells you another story about the job prospects in the longer run. So please be mindful of that. So they have I think about 2,09,890 employee on roll now. Okay, so the utilization ratio is 77.7%, so it includes the trainees, but when they exclude these trainees it is going above 86%. So that is good thing, that they are utilizing their resources quite well. The negative point is from 12% year in last year, it has gone up to about 15%. The quarter gone by had about 12.1% attrition rate. That is putting pressure on their operating margins. So now I want to show you some of the other elements which I have found from their annual statement, which is about 386 page document, very big document, and every company publishes this annual document when the financial year is completing. So for Wipro, the financial year FY21 completed in March. So let us look at the comprehensive document. So what they are telling us is they did few acquisitions. So IVIA, 4C, Anchor Theme, as well as Eximus, Capco and Ampion. So about 6 recent acquisitions they have done, and these acquisitions means they are trying to grow inorganically as well as organically. So acquisition of Capco significantly strengthens our position in the global financial services market, and Ampion will help us expand our footprints in Australia, accelerating our growth in Asia Pacific region. So these two acquisitions are very significant. Wipro has a significant presence in the BFSI sector, and with the help of Capco, maybe they will be able to onboard more clients, and that is giving the confidence to the wider market. So that means the bet they took in the last year when they announced that they will buy Capco with 1.45 billion dollars. I think the market was not very happy about it, but it is paying off. So moving forward, what else I can show you? So let us look at some of the milestones they have crossed. As I was telling you that their performance in July quarter was a dismal, it was 7.5% down, as I was telling you last year. And then in October quarter, the growth came back a little bit, but in January quarter, by the way, they completed 75 years of existence, and in January they did perform really well comparatively, and the operating margins were growing very well. Then they did some restructuring. As I was telling you, they had 4 SMUs and 2 GBLs, and in March I think they performed one of the best quarter results, and also completed the Capco integration in the business. So now for employees, what is there for employees and what are the new areas evolving? So if you look at their application and data in the iCourse offering there, this practice includes cloud enterprise platforms, SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, MS Dynamics, process transformation, everything is there, as well as data and AI. And along with that, application engineering and modernization is continuing to be a good bet. So Microsoft legacy modernization, Tanju application services, digital integrations, so in quality and testing that's happening. Cloud transformation is becoming big. Digital experience is a key initiative, and so cloud is cutting across the companies, verticals and industries. So the whole movement around the technology evolution is based on cloud theme. So with that, we covered everything about Wipro results, but before concluding, I would like to show you something about Capco and how big was Capco for Wipro, because they have not done this demarcation right now at the moment, and going forward they will not do that. So this is important to understand. So let us look at the Capco's revenue, and that will tell you what is the contribution of Capco in the current quarter. In 2020, Capco had about 720 million as their revenue. That was before pandemic. Okay, bit of pandemic year and all this. So after that there was a big boost. So I'm hoping this number would have reached about $900 million. So about 1 billion is coming from Capco in terms of revenue. What we have to see is, when next year they will not bifurcate that, we will not have this one time revenue increase from Capco. This will be already accounted in this year's financial data. Can they grow from here in the same way, 4-5% sequentially? That will be very important going forward. And I have my reservations again, because I have told you that so far I have not been very happy with Wipro's strategies, but looks like this is working at the moment. Please tell me, what do you think of Wipro's future? Do you feel confident now on Wipro? How many of you want to bet on Wipro's future? So do take care, stay connected and stay safe. I'll come back with another set of results very soon. Thank you.